So in history this week, we are actually going to be starting to make a lapbook. And I did not know what a lapbook was before I started using some of the Easy Peasy program last year. And we created a lot of lapbooks last year when we used zoology with Easy Peasy. So I thought it might be helpful if there's any other homeschool mom or mom that does not know what a lapbook is. I'm going to take you with us on our journey this week of creating our pages and then assembling our lapbooks. There's a few different ways you can put it together, and actually there's probably more than a few. I'll show you what we do and some other options of assembling them. A lapbook is basically a tool used to learn about a certain unit, a certain subject, really anything. You could even create your own lapbook pages in design software and put it with a unit study if you're planning your own unit study for your children. With the Easy Peasy program, it is one way that they choose to learn. It's a hands-on learning tool. It is beneficial because you're using it for researching, learning about a certain subject. There's cutting, pasting, coloring. So there's a ton of different ways that it is beneficial, and it's also interesting because it's hands-on. So if you have a child that likes their hands being busy, it's just a really fun way to learn. And then you assemble it all, and at the end of the week or the end of 2 weeks or however long it takes you to put it together, you have this little book that you can go back in and look through. Your child can get some practice in presenting it to different family members, or even on film, on video. You could video them presenting it if you don't have anyone that is available to sit with them while they do present it. So that's a fun idea as well. So there's a lot of different benefits to creating and putting together a lapbook. We enjoy them. We do them together, all together as a family. So if you want to follow along with us, maybe it'll help you as well. I don't know if I'm the only one who did not know what a lapbook was before we started, but I just thought it might be helpful if you're curious. Last week I posted a morning basket video because, again, that was something that I wasn't super familiar with until I started using one. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to film us making a lapbook in case there's anyone curious about what a lapbook is. If you've heard about it, don't know what it is, I hope that this maybe clarifies it a little bit. And again, this is the way that we do it. There's tons of ways you can do it. So if you have other tips or helpful hints, feel free to comment down below and join us on our journey of creating ours. Thanks for being here. Okay, so today we are on lesson 16, and we are starting to learn about the early settlers, specifically the Iroquois. So there's this optional reading, which we are going to do at least today. So chapters 1 and 2, we're going to go ahead and start reading from this book, The Pilgrim Stories. So we're actually going to take this outside because it's such a beautiful morning and the sun is warm. So we're going to go out, spread out a blanket, and read chapters 1 and 2 together of this. And then we'll come back inside. And today we're actually scheduled to start a lapbook piece, and it is about the Iroquois. And I thought you might want to follow along with us for starting our lapbook. So we just read about where they lived, right?
Yep, where they live in America.
Yep, so this map here shows some of their nations and their territories. And then down here are some pictures of what their houses looked like. And these are called longhouses, okay? These are type of Iroquois longhouses. This one here shows you some of the things that were inside the longhouse, okay?
Those things
You see? They're pretty neat, aren't they?
Cool.
Yep, and here's when you can see the outside of it. And you can see them building one right here.
Ooh.
Constructing it.
Oh.
It's pretty neat. Alright, so where do the Iroquois Indians live?
In America.
The Iroquois Indian tribes are original residents of the northeastern woodlands area. The heart of the Iroquois homeland is located in what is now New York State. So after I pass those pages down for you guys to look over the pictures, we are going to, I think they're downstairs. We are going to do our first Lapbook page for our Iroquois Lapbook, and it's about Iroquois location. So we're gonna mark on our North America map where the Iroquois lived. And then also in our Great Lakes region piece, we're going to mark on there where they lived. We're going to use our map from the lesson and color those in. And then we'll start to assemble our Lapbook piece for day 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just completed day 1 of our Lapbook. This is the one that I'm going to do. And when you use the manila folder, let me try to get this up here without too much of the shadow. You just fill in your papers on the inside. So this is how this one ended up today. It's kind of like a little cover page where the Iroquois lived. And then we had to color in on the North American map where they lived. And excuse me, kind of zoomed in a little more. Around the Great Lakes, and we colored in New York and Pennsylvania, the parts of where they lived in the early days. So this one's mine that I'm putting together to show you guys the manila folder. And the orange one is Easton's. And here's his. It just kind of opens up like that. So we just did our pages, cut them out, stapled them, and glued them down. And then we will assemble everything at the end of the week and put our cover on, color it if we want to. And this is Zoe's. Yeah, this has been fun. This is day 1 for you. Good morning. Today we are on day 2 of our Lapbook for our Iroquois Lapbook, and different things about them and how they lived. So we're on lesson 17. We're going to go ahead and read a little bit about the League of Nations, about their government, constitution, purpose, and borrowing ideas. I've printed out over here the information that we need to read through, and then we'll just take notes from here, and we will go in and we will fill out our piece here. It looks like this today. And this gets cut out here, and then we fold it in, and on the inside of each of these we're going to write some information about each of these items. And then we will cut it out and fold it, glue it on our paper, and add it to our Lapbook. And then I'm gonna do this in a little bit. We're gonna read Pilgrim Stories chapters 3 and 4 in a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and move forward with our Iroquois learning. Like this. Up to the line. And it's gonna get folded like this. And folded like this.
What's a little book? Hi.
Thank you.
Hi. It's a book, Mama. Hi. Hey, back.
All right, go ahead and cut yours.
And that's how we make our book. Bye.
right, so this was our day 2 piece. We finished up today. Just filled in our information. You can move the tab back and read the facts that we took from our reading today. All right, so that completes day 2. Glued that one down on there. Here's the manila folder. And looks the same, just with the information. A little bit of a different way to store your lapbook. And we have the other card folder. This one's Zoe's. She decorated hers a little bit. And all her facts are in there under her tabs too. Alright, so we'll let that dry and then we will move on to our next page tomorrow. Good morning. We are getting ready to start day number 3 of our Lapbook page, and today we are completing the 5 Nations piece. So let me flip this around and I'll show you what I've done. On the lesson plans here, you can actually go and click on the link online to read about each of the nations. There are 5 total that are in our Lapbook page for today. So here's the first page and the second page. And it would have taken us a really long time to read through every fact about each of these. So what I did this morning was I went ahead and printed this out, which are just some really neat, kind of some main facts about each of the tribes. And I'm going to use one of these to read through, but then I've printed off 2, one for Easton and one for Zoe. And I'm going to just have them cut each of these fact sections out per tribe. And I'm just going to have them actually glue onto the correct one. And then we will cut out our pieces and lay them on top of each other, staple them, and glue them down to our page. I just could see a lot of writing, and it would have taken us a little while, I feel like, to get through this a little bit longer with maybe some not so pleasant attitudes with so much handwriting. So I went ahead and did this, so it'll give them a little bit of practice cutting and piecing together. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to read through this, and I actually had a lot of fun reading over this because, I don't know, I just think this is really neat to find out a lot about the early tribes, early settlers, the way they did things, the way they still do things. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you see on this page here, this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be putting together the 5 Iroquois Nation piece, okay? So each of these has a little tab with the name on it. We have the Mohawk, Oneida, or Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca. So I've gone through the website and I found some bits and pieces about each of them. Some of them are very similar, but some of them have different things about each of their tribes and the way that they work. So we're going to read through these, and then what you guys are going to do is you're going to cut out the section that goes with the tribe and just glue it down onto the correct piece, okay? Mm-hmm. And then at the end, we'll cut everything out and glue it down on our page as we have been. Tell me your inspiration.
It was
this one.
These are the lines.
Good job.
These are the lines. I couldn't just see because there was not enough room.
Okay, that's okay.
The one person was different. So
I see. Clear. I was going to ask you why that one looked different.
And then all of these I dropped inside.
Very good.
Because that one was just... I didn't need to draw on that one, really. I couldn't find any white, so I just used silver. The silver pen.
Marker?
Yeah, marker.
All right, good job. Easton, can you tell me about yours? What image did you use as your inspiration?
This one.
Okay, yeah, that one's cool. All right, and so then you just kind of recreated.
Yeah, so this is
design.
the diamonds on the side.
Mm-hmm.
These are the lines.
Yep.
This is the guy with the cross on the head. On his head. And then this is the plus and the weird. Wait. There's another guy with the cross on the head.
The little like geometric designs on the side here.
Oh, yeah, that's this.
Yeah.
There's another guy. Who's this?
Okay, so we've completed our day 3 piece. So we just lift up our little title page here, and under each tab is just some facts about each of the tribes that were a part of the 5 nations, or the League of Nations, which were these 5 tribes. That's how mine looks now, as of right now. And then we have Easton's, and this was his page today. So he's done all his pieces here.
Now I can
They're still a little wet with the glue. And then for art today, we talked about some different Iroquois artwork, and I just had them watch a quick YouTube video on porcupine quill weaving, which was really neat.
Yeah.
And then I printed out just some Google images of some artwork, wampum samples, and then I had them use these pictures as inspiration to create their own little designs at the bottom of this page, just to add a little bit of artwork in. And then this was Zoe's page. You can see her little booklet here on her 5 tribes. And I helped her cut some. She did a lot of the piece cutting. And then we discussed each as we placed them on the correct piece. And then she came down, and this was her artwork at the bottom of her page here. So yeah, we're just kind of trying to combine a couple things today. So we combined our artwork with our history. Yeah, we have to run out for a few medical reasons later. We have to run out for a few medical things. Easton has a follow-up in Hershey. And then Eden needs to get some blood work drawn. Anyway, that doesn't really have anything to do with our history lesson or our Lapbook pieces for today, but that is how we arrived to where we arrived right now. We're trying to squeeze everything in this morning, so then this afternoon can be devoted to our appointments that we need to go get done. So yeah, thanks for joining us on day 3. Stay tuned for tomorrow, day 4. Good morning. We are downstairs about to start on our day 4 Lapbook piece for our Iroquois Indians, and today we are going to complete a piece about the wampums. So we are going to learn a little bit about what a wampum is and how it's made and what they are used for, and then we will complete our piece today on that and place it in our book. So today we would be following lesson 19, and we haven't read our pilgrim stories yet. I think I'll do that over lunchtime today. So we are going to read here. I went to this website here and I printed out the sheet that we need for information for today. And this is just some facts about Iroquois wampums. And then we will complete our piece today. So we'll cut out and then fold it, and on the inside, once it's folded, we will write down some of our facts, and then we will glue that down. They can add some color if they want, otherwise that'll be it for today. By a chief as a symbol of his position. Wampum was also given to seal a promise.
Is to tell who our leaders are. So wampum has a lot of important uses for the Haudenosaunee people.
Zoe, do you remember what 2 colors the wampum were always made in? There were only 2 colors and never any other colors. Do you remember what they were?
Blue and white.
Not blue and white.
I said purple and
purple? White. Yeah, it was a mix.
Yeah, you said blue and white.
It was a mix of purples and creams. No other colors were used in making them. so made. Okay, so we completed our piece for today. That was neat to learn about. I didn't know a lot of those things. We also watched a little video to kind of clarify it a little bit for Zoe. So that was neat. And here is Easton's. He did use some green, even though they traditionally were only made of the colors purple and cream, a mix of purples and creams. And here is Zoe's. Apparently she did hear about the colors because she only used purple on the front. Yeah, that's day 4. Tomorrow is day 5. We only have one more piece to go. And tomorrow's will be about Iroquois shoes. So moccasins and snowshoes. Okay, so today we are on day 5 of our lap book, our Iroquois lap book. So today we're going to be doing the Iroquois shoe piece. Find it here for you. So we're going to read about moccasins and snowshoes.
Oh, they made snowshoes?
We're going to read about them, yes. So we're going to read our information about the shoes. We're going to look at the pictures. And then if they'd like to, they can add some color to this is the cover page, the title page that will go on the front of our folders. And then we'll fill in just some small bits of information on our pieces. We will cut them out, glue them in, and then we'll be able to show you how our full Iroquois lap book looks like. We also have 2 more chapters to read in Pilgrim Stories today. I think, again, we'll do that over lunch today. Yesterday we did it over lunch. We just did a read aloud while we finished eating. Yes, honey, I'll get you one. So we'll either do the read aloud again today, or I will read to them. And then we will, and then our lap book will be done, and we will be able to show that to you. Okay, so today was our final day of our lap book for our Iroquois lap book. Okay, so I did mine in the manila folder as I said I would, so you could see it done this way, and this was actually a really neat way to do it. We last year didn't really do it this way, but I chose to do it this way just to show you the different options that you can use, or 2 different options. I'm sure there's many other options that you can use. So get creative. It's basically just a tool then that can be used to pull out for review, for learning. If you want to have your child present it to friends and family, it will be good practice for them to sort of public speak and just have some presenting practice. So I'm assuming it's called a lap book because you can just open it up like this and it's really simple. You can lay it on your lap and just kind of read through the facts together. So we have all our different pieces here. These are our shoes that we learned about today. Moccasins and snowshoes. This was yesterday. So this was what mine looked like. Zoe, you want to go ahead and open yours up?
I just noticed these. This is the first, my first page. And this is my second page. This is my drawing. There's people. This one is not colored in. And these are the shoes that we looked at. This is the shoes that we've been doing. That I didn't know that these snowshoes. And these. So, my little book is this. My little thing. These little books. And this is also my little book. This is where Indians live. is where it's closer up.
Yeah, you don't have to read everything. Just
Yeah.
give them a
And
peek
this
into your book.
is my picture that I drew just earlier, a second ago.
Good job. All right, Easton, go ahead and show yours, please.
This is mine. Okay.
Open it up. Show inside.
Where the Iroquois live. Or Iroquois. No, it's Iroquois.
Iroquois. This S is silent.
Yeah.
So his looks very similar to Zoe's.
The Iroquois lived in North America, a Great Lakes region, I guess.
You have to read everything. Just flip through your pages to show.
And then here's this page.
You just look for it.
And then here's this page. And then this is a wampum. And here's a whole page about wampums and the shoes they wore.
Yeah. So we
And
did.
then here's just an empty page that doesn't have a purpose.
So we did Easton and Zoe's in the colored folders. We did this a lot last year in zoology. So Easton chose orange, Zoe chose green, and then they decorated the cover page. And Zoe also colored mine for me. So yeah, that's how you make a lapbook. It's now you have a tool. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a really fun way to get hands-on, to research, to cut and paste, all different things that you can take from it. And now you have a little booklet that you can use for review. And this is a nice thing to take along if you have end-of-year evaluations. It's something that's already put together. You can just take a couple of these along and say, hey, this is what we did this year in history. We did that last year at our evaluation, and that was really cool.
And also, if you're wondering that pink stuff is just glue.
It's just glue.
Yeah.
The extra pink stuff is just glue.
Yeah.
So, do you guys enjoy our lapbook's fun?
Yo! Yes.
Yes? I'm going to ask one more time. Our lapbook's fun?
Yes.
Yes. Are you excited to do more?
Yes.
Yes. Eden, did you have fun? No? All right. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll talk soon.
Guys, what's up? Say cheese, Mom. Say cheese.
Cheese.
It's actual cheese.
Is it playing?
Yeah.
Did I do that? I started it? For real?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Singing?